In the celestial realms, Alia had once been a being of light and grace, an angel who danced among the stars and sang harmonies that resonated throughout the universe. Her radiance was unmatched, and her compassion boundless. However, the serene beauty of her existence was shattered when she defied the celestial order to aid a mortal woman in distress. Alia had been drawn to the woman, Lilith, whose suffering on earth had reached the heavens. Lilith was a fierce and independent spirit, a beacon of strength in a world that often sought to diminish her. Alia's heart ached for her, and against the warnings of her fellow angels, she descended to earth to offer comfort and guidance. In doing so, Alia violated the sacred laws of non-interference, for which she was cast out from the heavens, her wings stripped and her divine light extinguished. Now a fallen angel, Alia wandered the earth in a state of bitterness and sorrow. Her once golden hair turned a dark, shadowy hue, and her once radiant eyes now glinted with vengeance. She believed that the very women she had sought to help had forsaken her, for Lilith's fate remained unchanged despite Alia's efforts. Consumed by rage and a desire for retribution, Alia plotted her revenge against the women of Earth. For centuries, Alia bided her time, learning the ways of the mortal world and gathering power from the shadows. She witnessed the struggles and triumphs of women through the ages, yet her heart remained hardened. To her, they had turned their backs on her sacrifice, living their lives oblivious to the divine intervention that had come at such a high cost. She saw their strengths and vulnerabilities, and she crafted a plan to bring them to their knees. Alia's plan began to unfold in the modern age, where she assumed the guise of a powerful, enigmatic businesswoman named Elara Knight. With her keen intellect and otherworldly charm, Elara quickly rose to prominence, amassing wealth and influence. She established a multinational corporation, Knight Enterprises, which secretly aimed to undermine and manipulate women in positions of power and influence. Under Elara's leadership, Knight Enterprises targeted female leaders in politics, business, and the arts, exploiting their weaknesses and orchestrating their downfalls. She reveled in their failures, each one a testament to her perceived betrayal. Her campaign of vengeance was subtle but effective, eroding the confidence and unity among women who sought to make a difference in the world. However, Alia's vendetta did not go unnoticed. Among the women she targeted was a young journalist named Maya Rodriguez. Maya was known for her tenacity and integrity, always seeking the truth no matter how deeply it was buried. She began to investigate the mysterious downturns and scandals affecting influential women, tracing the threads back to Knight Enterprises. Maya's investigation led her to Elara Knight, whose enigmatic persona and seemingly impeccable reputation aroused her suspicion. She delved deeper, uncovering a pattern of manipulation and deceit. As she pieced together the puzzle, Maya discovered the link between the women who had fallen and Elara's involvement. Her relentless pursuit of the truth brought her to the brink of a dangerous revelation. One evening, as Maya pored over her notes in her small apartment, a knock echoed through the quiet space. She opened the door to find Elara Knight herself standing there, her dark eyes glinting with a mix of amusement and menace. "Good evening, Ms. Rodriguez," Elara said smoothly. "May I come in?" Maya's heart pounded, but she stepped aside, allowing Elara to enter. The tension in the room was palpable as the two women faced each other, the air thick with unspoken threats. "I know what you're doing," Maya began, her voice steady despite her fear. "I know you're behind the downfall of those women." Elara smiled, a cold, calculating expression. "You're quite perceptive, Ms. Rodriguez. But what makes you think you can stop me?" Maya took a deep breath, summoning her courage. "Because the truth has a way of coming to light, no matter how deeply it's buried. And I believe that people, especially women, have the strength to overcome even the darkest of schemes." Elara's eyes narrowed, her facade of calm cracking ever so slightly. "You think you understand, but you have no idea what I've endured. The women of this world forsook me, and they must pay for their betrayal." Maya's gaze softened with understanding. "I don't know what happened to you, but vengeance won't heal your wounds. It will only deepen them. We're not your enemies, Elara. We're your sisters, your allies. Together, we can be stronger." Elara's expression faltered, a flicker of doubt crossing her features. The words of the young journalist struck a chord deep within her, awakening memories of her former self, the angel who once believed in compassion and unity. The darkness within her wavered, and for the first time in centuries, she felt the stirrings of her old light. Maya continued, sensing the change. You have the power to do so much good, to uplift and empower women instead of tearing them down. Let go of your anger, and join us in making the world a better place. Alia's inner struggle was intense, the remnants of her angelic grace clashing with the bitterness that had consumed her. The truth in Maya's words pierced through her defenses, and she realized that her vendetta had only brought more suffering, both to others and to herself. With a heavy heart, Elara, or rather, Alia, nodded slowly. Perhaps you're right, Maya. Perhaps it's time to end this cycle of vengeance and find a new path. Maya reached out, placing a hand on Alia's arm. It's never too late to change. We can do it together. In that moment, the darkness within Alia began to recede, replaced by a glimmer of the light she once possessed. She knew it would be a long and difficult journey, but for the first time in centuries, she felt hope. Alia dismantled Knight Enterprises' sinister operations, using her resources and influence to support women's initiatives and empower those she had once sought to destroy. She worked alongside Maya, who chronicled their efforts, turning the story of Alia's redemption into a powerful testament to the resilience and strength of women. The fallen angel's journey from vengeance to redemption became an inspiration, a reminder that even the darkest hearts could find their way back to the light. Alia's tale was one of transformation, a testament to the enduring power of compassion and unity in a world that often seemed divided. As she worked tirelessly to make amends, Alia found solace in the bonds she formed with the women she helped. She realized that her true purpose was not in seeking revenge, but in fostering a world where all could thrive together. And in doing so, she rediscovered the grace that had once defined her, becoming a beacon of hope and redemption for all who knew her story.